When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good afternoon and welcome back to General Johnny Wilson Gymnasium. Jay Ferguson along with Bob Braskich and Joe Bach. WLCS Channel 20 Middle School Girls Basketball is the event. It's the Whittier Warriors, currently 9-5 on the season, coached by Larry Carpenter, visiting the General Johnny Wilson Lady Eagles of Bob Cunicella, sporting a 4-10 mark at this point. Bob, as we've said in all of these games, the kids care about who wins and who loses, but this is much more than a one-loss situation.
It's a developmental thing. It's about fundamentals. It's about teamwork. It's about first open teammate getting the basketball. It's about positive attitudes. It's about coachability. Those are the things that really count at this level, and it's about participation. As many of the girls we'd like to see, obviously, on the floor as much as possible, because once again, it's impossible to predict who down the road is going to be, the next varsity player. What I'd like to see is, I'm hoping to see improvement over the last game we did. I'd like to see the floor stretched a little bit. Girls don't all run toward the basketball. I'm anxious to see what kind of growth we're going to see tonight compared to what we saw a month earlier.
And let's remind everybody of the unique rules of middle school basketball is played under in Lorain. Any player that plays in the first quarter cannot play in the second quarter. Now, I believe that Johnny Wilson only has 9 players in uniform, so that obviously won't apply to them, that they're going to have to play with 5. But the rule is you play the first quarter or you play the second quarter. And the reason for that is increased participation.
Exactly.
It's not competitive. It's a developmental rule, and I think it's a good one. And we just saw it in the boys' game where we had 10, 12 players in by halftime. It was a good thing.
Right.
That was an exciting contest, Bob. And, this should be, we've seen the ladies from Johnny Wilson once way back before Christmas. And, now we'll look to see what kind of growth we see in them. We haven't had a chance to see Whittier yet, but coming in with a 9-5 record, I'm sure that, their season's been going along on a positive note, and it'll be fun to watch them. And, looking forward to this one, and we'll be back with the opening tip right after this message.
A pink line in the round result window with the blue line in the square control window shows the 8.
Explore her grandeur. Appreciate her beauty. Protect her for tomorrow. Recycle your old rechargeable batteries. Call 877-2-RECYCLE or visit us online at calltorecycle.org.
Welcome back to General Johnny Wilson, set for the tip of this one. In red, the ladies from Whittier. Sanita Quinn will jump center. As we quick do some adjustment, she's joined by 14 Gabrielle Holland, 4 Charnel Cannon, 11 Jasmine Zuch. Tip controlled by 20 Tierra Whitfield. We'll get the Johnny Wilson Eagles in a moment. Ball knocked away by 10 Tiara Ammons, but recovered in the back court by Whitfield. She goes all the way to the hole, lays it up, no. Rebound up, no. Whitfield gets it back, kicks it out. Whistle, and we're going to have a team. We've got a
3-second call, Jay?
No, we've got an injured player.
Oh, okay.
We've got an injured player, and that's good officiating.
Yeah, that
right
sure
there.
was.
Because I didn't know what he was going to call, but I see Tiara Ammons went to the ground, got an ankle issue. She started the game for Johnny Wilson at guard, and it's going to be very difficult to pick these numbers up right now. But the officials granted Johnny Wilson a timeout there, even though Whittier had the ball, Bob, but it's a good timeout.
It sure is.
Whenever there's an issue of player safety, a timeout should be granted. Tasia Rush is going to come into the game to replace Ammons. Number 11, Lindsay Ivan on the floor. 21, Miranda Foley. and I believe that's 40, Jessica Barnett.
It looks like that injury is going to be walked off over there on the sideline.
She's going to try. We noted that they were shorthanded to begin with, as they only have 9 players in uniform. Whittier's going to get the ball on the baseline after the injury timeout. We've played only 20 seconds here, Bob. Sanita Quinn is going to inbound the ball, guarded by Taj McCall. To the baseline.
Oh, nice stroke.
Stroked by Tierra Whitfield. And she's got 2, and it's 2-0. This is Lindsay Ivan against pressure. She brings it up the sideline and loses control of the ball. And it will go the other way against pressure. Wilson turns it over. Whitfield's going to inbound. Johnny Wilson, man-to-man, full court pressure. Here goes Whittier. They get it into Cannon. And she brings it across. To the baseline, to the hole, up, no. Rebound up, no. And rebound controlled by Taj McCall. Whistle foul. 1-4 red is the call. Gabrielle Holland is going to get called for the first foul. 2-0 Whittier as we inbound the ball with Jessica Barnett from Johnny Wilson. 5:13 to go first quarter.
Oh, wait a minute, Jay.
There was a whistle there.
Do we have a
Basket's
basket?
good. Whittier lined up as if it was a free throw. 31 Tasia Rush is going to...
Okay, wait a minute, Jay. I don't
Tasia Rush scored
this
in
is
the
going to
wrong
happen
end.
again. Yeah,
He scored in the wrong end. So we
that
have...
happens once in a while.
I don't know who we're going to give that one to, because normally you'd say you give it to the closest Whittier player, but there wasn't one, Bob.
Oh,
That ball knocked away, and Johnny Wilson's going to get it in the front court.
that's okay.
So I got a loose 2 floating on my score sheet.
It was a
Remind
nice
me.
stroke. I'll say it was a nice stroke.
4-0 as each team has scored. Whittier leads 4-0. There's a pass too tall for McCall. Out of bounds will go the other way, back to the opposite corner, and Whittier will inbound. We will get Tierra Whitfield back to inbound the ball. Right in front of the Whittier bench. They get it ahead to Charnel Cannon. Whistle, she did a little running before she passed, and we're going to turn it back over.
You know, Jay, you mentioned Tierra Whitfield. Math is her favorite subject, Mr. Bard, because it's easy and fun. Her uncles are a big influence in her career. D. Wade, favorite player, enjoys skating, baseball, soccer, football, basketball.
Lindsay Ivan controls for Johnny Wilson. Picked up her dribble, now she's got an issue. Whistle, I'm hearing timeout, ref. And Coach Cunicella is going to use his second timeout here to bail them out of that situation where they had a 5-second call was imminent there, Bob. 4-0 here. We stopped early for an injury. It looks like Tierra Ammons is up and in the huddle, so just good to report that she's okay. We break the huddle with Whittier, and Johnny Wilson and Coach Cunicella finishes his instruction, and he's going to bring them down, and they're going to inbound with Jessica Barnett. Barnett gets it into Ivan. Coach Cunicella, as we went over the rosters before the game, Coach Cunicella told me that one of the players that we saw in December has moved away and was one of his starting point guards. That foul is on 11 of Whittier, Jasmine Zuch. Barnett's going to inbound on the baseline now.
Oh, good pick.
Pass bobbled away, out of bounds. It's going to be off number 11, but it was number 11, White, was the decision, and Whittier will control in their backcourt. Tierra Whitfield will inbound the ball. Charnel Cannon.
Good no call.
Yep. A lot of people would look for an over and back. Good give and go
Nice
there.
job
Tierra Whitfield
right
missed the
there.
layup on the pass from Gabrielle Holland. Out of bounds to Wilson. 4:22 to go. First quarter.
You know, Jay, you mentioned Jasmine Zuch. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Baker, science, because she's very exciting when she teaches us things. Her mom and dad, big influences. Shaq, favorite player.
Here comes Tierra Ammons back in the game and breaks the pressure and then goes to the floor from a push. It's going to be White underneath as the foul is on 1-1. Jasmine Zuch. She gets her second. Jessica Barnett will inbound. Good to see Tierra Ammons return to the lineup. Gets it into Ivan. That's not Ivan. That is 21, Miranda Foley. Underneath to Barnett. Up, no. Outlet, and here comes Cannon for Whittier
Nice
to
pass.
Holland. Lost control of it. Just a little unfortunate big bounce there, and she lost it going up. 3:59 to go first quarter.
Well, I mean, the thought's there. First open man up the floor should get the basketball.
Whittier looking to trap. Tierra Ammons looking to not be trapped. She's gone through four, and there's a whack at half court. Tierra Whitfield's going to be called for reaching in. Okay, Coach Kunisella says, no, I want her to take it out. And her is Tierra Ammons, and she will inbound for Johnnie Wilson. She gets it through pressure to Jessica Barnett, a whistle, and she traveled with the basketball. Bob, one of the things we talked a lot about last night when we were at Admiral King is not to get caught in that weak position with the ball over your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a triple threat. Nice pass, good catch.
Gabrielle Holland gets on the board for her first two. 6-0 Whittier.
Jay, you want to put yourself in a triple threat position. Force that defender off of you. Make them respect your dribble.
Lindsay Ivan in the backcourt versus pressure breaks it up the sideline. Defended by Holland. Knocked away by Whitfield, and here she comes with the left-handed dribble. Whistle. Ammons is going to get the foul. Whitfield's going to go to the line.
You know, Jay, you mentioned Gabrielle Holland a couple of times already. That was a nice layup, just the last basket. Mrs. Baker, again, in science, is her favorite teacher because she's fun to work with, and we do a lot of projects and activities. It's really great. Influences, well, she says mostly me. Her favorite player is LeBron James. She'd like to be a basketball star or a doctor. She loves singing, dancing, and playing basketball.
Tierra Whitfield missed the first free throw. She's at the line for the second. 3:18 to go first quarter. Second shot front rim, no. Jessica Barnett controls, whistles, and walks with the ball. Whittier will inbound on the baseline. 3:16 to go first quarter.
You know, one of the things I've noticed thus far, Jay, is the spacing. The girl, you know, there's still obviously room for improvement, but the spacing is much better than it was our first game. And when you have good spacing and spread the floor, the game is much more enjoyable to play.
The whistle is on Jasmine Zuch from Whittier. That's going to be 3 on her, Bob. 3:13 to play. Wilson inbounds to Lindsay Ivan. Pass ahead.
Ooh, ouch.
To Taj McCall, who's fouled on the catch. Coach Carpenter, 20. Tierra Whitfield's going to get her second foul. Coach Carpenter says, that's enough of that. Get back. And that's going to bring Tasia Rush into the Johnnie Wilson lineup. Jessica Barnett will inbound. Pass awry. Picked up by Charnel Cannon. Lobbed for Holland.
Oh, nice tip pass.
That was a nice tip pass.
Wow.
Jasmine Zuch, the beneficiary. 8-0 Whittier.
Very good.
Lindsay Ivan. Miranda Foley. Back to Ivan, knocked away by Zuch. Whitfield has it. Zuch back to Whitfield on the give and go.
Oh, well done.
Far under. Rebound, no. Rebound battle for up, no. And that was Zuch. Back up and in by Holland. Gabrielle Holland has scored 10-0 Whittier. This is Tasia Rush. Lindsay Ivan. Taken away by Whitfield. Left hand all the way to the hoop. Up, no. Holland up, no. Knocked back in bounds, and this is Rush who controls for Johnnie Wilson. Whistle and on the...
Jay, let me ask you a question. I mean, as a former girls coach, should there be a rule where you have to pick up at the 10-second line in girls basketball at this level, or do you think the full court pressure should be allowed?
I think it should be allowed.
Okay.
I don't, that's a part of the game. I mean, kids have to learn to handle that. It opens the court up. It's actually, if you can pass and catch, if you can develop your passing and catching skills a little bit, it's actually easier to score in transition than it is to run 4 or 5 passes and run an offense. Tasia Rush, first free throw, no. Back up, no. Taj McCall. She's going to go to the line. One for Gabrielle Holland. I have that as her third foul. Taj McCall goes to the game. Bob, I'm confused here. I'm looking over at the Whittier bench and there's nobody on it. Now they're coming out of the locker room. Shook me up a little bit. I was looking for a sub and I didn't see anybody at all on the bench. McCall's first free throw went awry. Second one up. No. Rebounded by Holland. 10-0 as Tierra Whitfield walks it across.
Okay, pretty good spacing here to start the offense. Good strong cut to the wing.
That's Zuch. That's Holland.
Well done.
Elbow jumpers long. Lindsay Ivan comes away with the rebound. When she stepped on the baseline. So it'll turn it over to Whittier with 1:36 to go. Sunita Quinn will inbound. She is given the ball and gets it into Cannon. Cannon into the lane. Shot up, glass no. Gets her own rebound, back up, yes.
Okay, nice job using the
Charnel
glass.
Cannon.
I like the way the Whittier gals always use the glass.
12-0 with 1:23 to go as Lindsay Ivan tries to split the trap. Turns it over to Cannon, layup, yes.
Nice soft kiss off, very
She's
well.
got 4 and it's 14. This is Tasia Rush, knocked away. Barnett controls.
So here's the
Lindsay Ivan
situation.
loses it and whistle. 10-second violation called. That was probably a blessing in disguise there, but Whittier never gained possession, so it's a good call because until the defense gains possession, it still belongs to the offense. So even though it was rolling free, the count's still on.
Exactly.
Ball knocked away from Whitfield by McCall out of bounds. And Whittier will inbound now in the corner with 58 seconds to go. They're up 2 touchdowns, Bob.
Well, and they've scored off turnovers. I like the way they use the glass. They play under control, first open man, again, getting the basketball, all those little things we look for. A pretty good organization here, good spacing.
This is Whitfield.
Make a nice cut to start
Give
the
and go.
offense.
Give
That's
and go,
about
went.
right the third time that has worked for Whitfield.
4 for her.
That's just
16-0.
good basketball play.
Lindsay Ivan against the double team. Whistle, timeout, Johnnie Wilson. Coach Cunicella wants to talk things over. He's going to take a full timeout, and so are we. We'll be back with more action right after this message.
This may not look like paradise to you, but for a polar bear mother, it's just what nature ordered. Scientists tell us the intrusion of people into wildlife sanctuaries with our noise and commotion may severely disrupt the lives of polar bears, forcing the mothers to abandon their dens and their cubs to die. Learn more about polar bears and what you can do to help. Visit our website, savepolarbears.org, today.
You got the...
Right here, 12. Back here at Johnnie Wilson.
You take the press off, Jay.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't get to. Whittier
Would
didn't.
you?
Still the first quarter. I think you work on what you do for a while. 16-0, however. Barnett into the lane, knocked away from Ivan. Here comes Holland. She looks to get it ahead to Cannon. Nice pass and catch. Layup, no. Rebound up and no. That was Zuch. Wilson controls, taken away from her. Back to Whitfield. Three-pointer, no. On the ground, up Zuch, yes.
Yeah. Well
She's
done.
got 4.
And the Whittier gals again use that backboard.
As the first quarter runs out here, it's 18 for the Lady Warriors and nothing for the Lady Eagles. And we'll be back with second quarter action right after this message.
I get people involved in saving the environment. That's why I volunteer.
When I teach computer skills, I help kids succeed in school. That's why I volunteer.
I helped raise awareness about the hazards of tobacco use. That's why I volunteer, to make a difference.
If you know middle or high school students who make a difference by doing volunteer work, have them ask their school principals about applying for a Prudential Spirit of Community Award. Or encourage them to call 1-888-450-9961.
I'm Bob Costas, and I've been broadcasting sports for a long time. Much of what I do is ad-libbed, but still one of the most important aspects of my job is being able to write. Narrations, essays, commentaries. It's essential to express those thoughts and concepts clearly and concisely. Good writing is essential for almost any career. And with today's advanced technology, the National Commission on Writing reports that the need to write well has never been more important. Writing is everybody's business.
Jay Ferguson, Bob Raskets back here for TV 20 WLCS second quarter action. Johnnie Wilson trailing Whittier 18-0. Let's reset the lineups. This is 11, Lindsay Ivan. 30, Monique West. 10, Tiara Ammons. 32, Talisha Noble. And it looks like 22, Kiana Capers. Shot was blocked there by Lindley Laurenti, number 3, and a jump ball is called. We'll set Whittier now. 3 is Lindley Laurenti. 10, Erica Rivera. We have 15, Stephanie Ramos. 30 is Kiana Howard, and I am missing number 23, who is Tiara Shepard. This is Rivera. Baseline is Ramos. Back, no. You can tell they've worked on the give and go. Monique West had a rebound and lost it. Shot up and in by Shepard.
I like the way Whittier hits the first open man. Absolutely, Jay. You can see they've worked on that little pass and cut.
They've got another turnover there and a whistle and a foul. And I believe the foul is going to be on Noble. Her first. And will go to the baseline. And Whittier will inbound with Laurenti. Lindley Laurenti into the corner and back to Laurenti off her foot. And here comes Tiara Ammons. Ammons looking to force the action. Comes to a stop, tosses one up off the glass and in. Now the lid's off the basket for the Eagles, 20-2. Second quarter here. This is Erica Rivera. Down low is Ramos. Taken away by Ivan. Here comes Ammons. Ammons beats one man, crosses over into the lane and through it. Fakes, glass again, no. The rebound is off to Whittier's Erica Rivera. Rivera has it pop off her foot and go out of bounds. Johnnie Wilson gets it back. 20-2 is the Whittier lead.
Jay, you mentioned Lynn Laurenti before. Mrs. Baker is your favorite teacher. She's very popular because she makes learning fun. Lets us do hands-on experiments.
Lindley Laurenti steal and no layup as she's fouled on the floor on the way to the basket by number 22, Kiana Capers.
And Laurenti's at the line. She also says her brothers are very influential in her sports careers. She'd like to be the best she can be. She likes to work on her shots. And playing basketball, volleyball, and softball are her favorite pastimes. Lenny Laurenti.
And that was a common foul. She was fouled on the way to the basket. So Laurenti will inbound against Wilson. That pass, Erica Rivera Spacing an issue there. 3 of them are tied up. And Johnny Wilson will control the held ball. Here's a substitution. Number 20, Taj McCall into the Johnny Wilson lineup, replacing Lindsay Ivan. This is Monique
the
West.
Press is off, Jay.
Yes, it is. And this is Tiara Ammons. Ammons to the lane, shot no, rebound controlled by Rivera, and she gets it ahead. Not far enough, and reaching across is 23, Tiara Shepard. And I think we'll walk to the other end and shoot some free throws here, Bob.
Well, the foul was on Tiara Shepard. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Haynes. He's really a cool guy, and he helps us out when we need help. Influences in her sports career, her mom. She tells me just how it is. Favorite professional athlete is Vince Carter. She would like to work for a SWAT team or play pro ball. Loves to hang out with her friends and family. 4.0 GPA, Jay.
That's a good thing.
All perfect attendance.
That's a good thing.
I love that.
Free throws long. Laurenti had the rebound and got it ahead and controlled by Erica Rivera. Once again, Bob, let's mention that the reason we're concentrating on the Whittier bios is because we've had an opportunity to get the Wilson ladies featured one time. That pass made it all the way through to Kiana Howard, who's got a basket. And lots of deuces on the board. 22-2, Whittier leads.
Well, Whittier just does a nice job of spreading the floor.
Erica Rivera knocks that pass away, and here we come. Tiara Ammons is going to be called for the foul.
And they spread the floor, and then they cut into an open area, and, you know, many times they're open. They're good at first open man getting the basketball, hence they've got 22 points with 3:44 left in the half.
And we're going to get Stephanie Ramos to trigger the inbound. She gets it into Laurenti at midcourt. And that pass goes through the wickets of 23, Tiara Shepard, and will go the other way. 3:38 to play. Second quarter. Tiara Ammons will walk it up. Whittier sets its defense at half court.
And again, both teams playing man-to-man. That's something we always like to see at the developmental level.
Erica Rivera takes it away. Gets it ahead to Shepard. No. Rebound taken away by Monique West, who gets it ahead to Ammons. Ammons weaves through traffic, gets to the glass. No, but she's fouled. Erica Rivera is going to get the foul.
Yeah, foul on Erica, number 10. Mr. Jaworski is her favorite teacher because he's funny and nice and helps us out. Her parents and her sister are the big influences in her sports career. LeBron James, her favorite player, would like to become a pediatrician. She loves to shop and play volleyball.
Those are good things. Tiara Ammons at the line for a pair. She's got the 2 points for Johnny Wilson in this one. First shot up, rim, no. Here comes some subs for the Lady Warriors. Number 12 is Jaleesa Serrano. 31 is Alexis Carrion, and 40 is Antoinette Wicks. Coach Carpenter has played them all at this point. And that's, you know, that's again the spirit of that. If you play in the first quarter, you don't play in the second quarter rule. Ammons at the line, second shot.
Well, and the other thing, Jay, it's just not playing time. We want kids to get hooked on the game, and that's why that's such a great rule. You know, at this level, if you don't get playing time, you kind of get disinterested and you know, get down on yourself a bit. This is a way to get kids hooked on the game.
Lindley Laurenti got the foul, reaching in on the rebound. Coach Carpenter didn't like what he saw there. He's taken a timeout. And I think he just wants to talk over the little things like, hey, ladies, let's know when there's a shot that we can rebound, and let's box out so that the rebound doesn't hit the floor, because that's what happened right there. I mean, you know, one of the things I think that you do on any level, Bob, you don't stop coaching because of the score.
Right, exactly. You coach the entire, in this case, 24 minutes, and you play hard for the entire 24 minutes. And Jay, we were talking about, well, do you take the press off? And I wasn't implying you don't play hard. You know, if you take the press off when you're up by 18 or up by 20, when you sub or when you play, you still want your kids to play hard every minute. And you coach hard every minute.
And we're at the line again. Tiara Ammons just there missed 2, got her own rebound, and was fouled. So she gets to go back, Bob.
Well, Antoinette Wicks is in the game for
Yes, she is.
Whittier, and her favorite teacher is Mrs. Boone, math teacher. She really loves Mrs. Boone's class. Her brother and family are her big influences. LeBron James, her favorite player. Skating, singing, dancing, track, volleyball, football. Enjoys all sports. Antoinette Wicks.
Ammons knocks down the second of those. She's got all 3, 22-3, as Whittier turns it over in the backcourt. Jalissa Serrano had trouble controlling. And Ammons will now inbound in the front court, right in front of us. She looks and gets it to find somebody under the basket.
Get in there.
That was Kiana Capers. No, and the rebound is batted around, picked up by Wicks, and she gets it out to Ramos. Well, we got an inadvertent over and back there as the ladies lost track of where they were on the floor. And it was, let me get it to the person who's supposed to run the offense, and oops, she's not on this side of the line. So Wilson takes it over on the turnover. Ammons will inbound. Stepping in front is Jalissa Serrano. She gets it ahead. Shot up and no by Ramos. Out of bounds to Wilson.
But still, again, first open man for Whittier gets the basketball, and that's good to see. That's how you play the game.
You pass the ball ahead. When you get people buying into that, then everybody.
Oh, and the game becomes so much more fun. It's an easier game.
Ammons controlling with the dribble, picks it up and looks for help. And there's a jump ball being called by referee John Taggart. Possession arrow out of bounds to Whittier. Laurenti and Serrano brings it ahead. Serrano looks underneath, kicks it back out, too tall for Laurenti. She runs it down. Serrano all the way to the hole, jump stops and gets fouled. Let's see where this one goes. 32 White, Talisha Noble's going to get that foul, and it's going to be on the baseline, still a common foul. 2:24 to go. Laurenti will inbound. In front of her is number 40, Antoinette Wicks. 31 is Alexis Carrion. This is Carrion. Shot up.
Oh.
No. Rebounded by Capers. She gets it over to McCall. McCall dribbling with the right hand. Goes to the deck and picked up by Whittier. Alexis Carrion brings it back the other way and tapped off her and out of bounds. Will go back to Johnnie Wilson.
Well, Jay, Alexis Carrion, again, Mrs. Baker's very popular science teacher. Another favorite teacher here. She's real cool, teaches us, she's great. Her mom and dad influences, Dwayne Wade, favorite player. She loves basketball and swimming.
Down low, Tasia Rush up and off the glass and in. 22-5 now. As here comes Whittier right back at it.
Use the glass,
and she
first
did,
open
and she
man,
scored.
well
Stephanie
done.
Ramos.
I can see that the
emphasis.
Whittier team, right, works on those transition drills.
Rush has it tied up by Laurenti. Out of bounds to Johnnie General. And we will inbound the ball with Monique West. Monique West right in front of us to inbound. Minute 30 to go, first half. Whistle. We're going to have a sideline of warning on Whittier as Alexis Carrion goes over the line.
And Jay, of course, the rule there is?
First violation is a warning if you break the plane.
Right. Second
will be a technical foul.
Exactly.
Number 30, Monique West, once again to trigger the inbound. Tasia Rush, and This is Monique West. Ball rolls around and controlled by Whittier. Erica Rivera. Alexis Carrion,
Nice
basket,
job.
good move. She's on the board, 26-5. As Tasia Rush controls with the dribble. Looks for help, ball knocked away, and here comes Erica Rivera under pressure to the ground. Whistle, contact caused her to foul. And that'll be a common foul, and Whittier will inbound on the court. 26-5 was Whittier inbounds the ball, shot up and in by Alexis Carrion. And 28-5 as we go under a minute in the first half. Tasia Rush controls for Wilson. Turnover, whistle, traveling as Erica Rivera picked it up, and her feet got moving before the ball did. She got called for traveling there, Bob.
But, you know, down at the other end, Whittier is getting easier shots, Jay, because they pass, they have good spacing, and I really don't think they have had a bad shot attempted yet in this game. I mean, it's just, you know, a good shot selection. It's smart offense.
Timeout now as we had a shoelace there, good officiating. And that will allow Tasia Rush to look to trigger the inbound. We've had scoreboard issues, and that was one of them right there, Bob. There was nobody pushing any buttons. The buzzer just went off. Whittier gets it ahead now. This is Serrano all the way to the hoop. Glass, yes. Jalissa Serrano. Whittier's had 9 players score in the first half, Bob. 28 seconds to go. Johnnie Wilson trailing by 25 as Tasia Rush has it knocked away.
Well, Whittier does a nice job of looking up the floor in transition. They do a nice job of spreading the floor offensively, and that creates scoring opportunities. They, you know, make some good cuts after they enter the basketball from the top. Good shot selection. They use the glass well. They do a lot of little things very well.
Tasia Rush knocks down the first free throw. She's got 3. 30-6, 23 seconds to go. Second shot up, no. McCall had it and lost it to Wicks. Wicks outlets it to taken away there by Wilson, but picked back up by Erica Rivera. Under 10 seconds as she brings it across.
Oh, good look.
Look across, shot up, no.
Buzzer.
No, that's the score. That's the scoreboard. The clock is Rush gets to half court, launches one as the buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first half with our score. 30 for the Lady Warriors, 6 for the Lady Eagles. We'll be back with more second half action right after these messages.
Hi, I'm General Johnnie Wilson, retired U.S. Army, retired at the rank of 4-star general. My message today is to ask you to stay in school, to ask you to respect each other, to ask you to pay attention while in school, and to let you know that not only Lorraine, but America depends upon you. If America is going to continue to be the leader in the world, we have to have you who will shape the future for us. So I'm counting on you.
Your lawnmower needs service. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repair. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most service is done on site at your home when it's convenient for you. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service is one of the area's only authorized Briggs & Stratton mobile service dealers. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears and MTD yard machines and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campana of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
I am Mike Delgado of American Midwest Mortgage. If you are looking to purchase or refinance a home, I can personally help guide you in selecting a perfect program that fits your budget. Whether it's our no money down, FHA, investment property, or one of the other programs that I can offer, put that side by side with our low interest rates for a great savings combination. If you want the professional, personal touch, then remember to call Mike Delgado at 440-308-1019.
Se habla español. Real education means great teaching.
Professors with real-world experience who care.
It means great jobs to recent graduates.
And being prepared for a great paying career.
That's why we hire LCCC graduates.
Low tuition, flexible classes, and LCCC credits transferred. LCCC is a great value.
Some of the best people you meet have something in common. Lorain County Community College and the University Partnership. Real education gets real results.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Welcome back to General Johnny Wilson. Jay Ferguson along with Bob Braskich and Joe Bach. Girls basketball is the event. General Johnny Wilson and Whittier. This is Whittier. That's Gabrielle Holland receiving the inbounds pass, losing it out of bounds to Johnny Wilson. Whittier leads 30-6 here, Bob. Let's set the lineups for both teams. 31, Tasia Rush is going to inbound. She's accompanied by Lindsay Ivan, 11, Tiara Ammons, 10, 32, Talisha Noble, and 20, Taj McCall. Charnel Cannon defensively, number 4, along with Tiara Whitfield, 20.
Good help.
11, Jasmine Zuch, whistle tie up. Cannon ties up Ivan, and Johnny Wilson will retain possession. 14, Gabrielle Holland for Whittier, along with 33, Sanita Quinn. 30-6, Bob.
Yeah.
So the outcome's probably not in doubt, but we can look for a lot in the second half in terms of growth and skills and
Absolutely.
things like that. Knocked away there by Whitfield.
And I like a number of things both teams do. I like the way Whittier plays passing lanes, and I saw some good help concept defense on this current possession.
Ivan inbound shot up, no. Back
Good
up
job.
and in by Tasia Rush. She's got 5 of the 8 for Wilson. The other 3 belong to Tiara Ammons. We'll get the first half scoring as we go, but Whittier had a gaggle in the scoring column.
And Whittier, again, stretched the defense against full court pressure.
Whittier scored 30 points. Nobody had more than 4, Bob. So we'll try to mention him as we go. Knocked away by Lindsay Ivan, out of bounds. Whittier will control. Cannon had 2, Cannon had 4, Zuch had 4, Holland had 4, Whitfield had 4, Carrion had 4 for Whittier. Shepard, Howard, Ramos, Serrano all had 2. 30 was the total. Shot up, no. Controlled by McCall. Tied up by Quinn. Jump ball, held ball, out of bounds to the Lady Warriors. Larry Carpenter wants to see play 2. Sanita Quinn will trigger. McCall guarding the inbounder, gets it into Whitfield. Left-handed
Nice
jumper,
stroke.
no. Rebound out of bounds. Whistle, I think we got a foul. 31 White. Tasia Rush is going to get the foul. And Quinn will inbound once again. 5:03 to go, third quarter. Now it's play 1, taken away by Tiara Ammons. Lindsay Ivan. Up the sideline she comes. Whistle, and I think she
Travel with the
as she-
basketball.
You know, Bob, we talk an awful lot about the term jump stop. Explain
Right.
it.
Well, you have the basketball, and you come to a jump, and you come to a good, strong 2-point stop with both feet
At the same time.
at the same time.
And what benefit does that do as
Well,
Cannon brings
you
it up
can
and
use
into the lane?
any foot can be your pivot foot thereafter. Is one advantage, and you know, balance. If you're jump stopping, you know, to try to score, it gives you a little bit more strength. But you can use thereafter, Jay, either pivot foot, and it gets you under control better center of gravity.
Get your feet kind of parallel. You can jump. You can explode up from there.
Right.
You can pivot from there.
Protect the basketball better with your body.
This is Charnel Cannon. She's got a pair. Glass and good. She now leads Whittier with 5. 31-8. 4:45 to go, third quarter. What can you tell me about Charnel?
Well, another Mrs. Baker fan with science as the favorite class because she involves the students in activities.
And she just got a layup off a steal from Tiara Whitfield.
She gets the class interested in the lessons. Her older brothers and sisters are her influences. Dwayne Wade, favorite player. She'd like to be a veterinarian. A 4-point GPAJ, straight A's.
Well, that's great stuff. And so is that. Jasmine Zuch gets a layup off an assist from Whitfield. 35-8. Rush looks ahead, down low. Ammons, whistle up.
All
yes,
right.
Foul. Tiara Ammons, basket and foul. 4 red. Charnel Cannon's going to get the foul, her first. Ammons will go to the line to look to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play, Bob.
Well, I mean, it was a good job. It was Jay getting the ball high off the glass. That's something that I always like to see the young kids do when they're around the basket, is use that backboard, get it high off the glass, kiss it in.
Shot no, out of bounds, off Taj McCall, and we'll go the other way to Whittier. Johnny Wilson going to have a little full court pressure here. This is Tiara Whitfield, Cannon. Whoops. I think she was surprised by the pressure. Larry Carpenter says, timeout, let's get organized.
Well, and I think what Larry wants to do is get his press offense organized.
I think he was looking. I think what happened there was Cannon was looking for a cutter that never materialized from the opposite side of the court. Because one of the things that you want to do in all press offenses, correct me if I'm wrong, is work the ball from one side of the court to the middle and eventually reverse it. Because if you know, I used to explain to my kids, teams can't guard us in the half court and stop us. So how can they guard us in the full court if we just, you know, play wisely and not panic?
Right. And then the other thing, Jay, I think you want to stretch the press, open the thing up as much as possible. We always talk about spacing when we do the boys' games, and it's much the same concept in the full court.
And spacing is simply keeping some distance apart from the offensive people
Exactly.
so that you have room to operate, to cut. It's difficult for defenses to double team that way. Wilson will inbound the ball under the basket. Talisha Noble will trigger 35-10 for Whittier. Knocked away and stolen by Whitfield. And she gets it ahead off the back of Rush to Cannon. No, rebound, knocked out of bounds to the Lady Eagles. Tiara Ammons is going to inbound the ball. And this is Tasia Rush. Oops, she stepped back on to the midcourt stripe. It's going to be an over and back, and we'll go the other way. Red ball is the call, and number 11, Jasmine Zuch, is going to inbound the ball. We've got Gabrielle Holland going to inbound the ball. This is Cannon. Cannon pushes the action cross court to Zuch. Zuch hooks it out toward Cannon at midcourt.
Oh, good
Taken
steal.
away by Lindsay Ivan, who never gave up on the play. Layup up.
Oh, I wish that had gone.
She ran it down. Ammons got it back, but Cannon controlled it. Then for Whittier, she tries to get it ahead. Zuch.
Nice unselfish
Holland,
pass.
no. Holland again, no. Rush had it, brought it down, tied up. The held ball arrow goes to the Lady Eagles. 3:25 to go. Tasia Rush, Tiara Ammons. Ammons against Cannon. Ammons turns the corner, gets to the hoop, whistle, and she's fouled going up by 33, and that's Sunita Quinn.
Sunita Quinn, Jay. Band is her favorite class with Miss Harmich, I'm sorry. She loves band because she can express herself in her music. Her brother is her biggest influence in her athletic career. She likes LeBron James. Enjoys going to religious events.
Tiara Ammons off the glass and in. Substitution for Johnnie Wilson here. 40 Jessica Barnett back into the lineup. Ammons. Second shot is long. She gets her own rebound. Back up glass. No. Rebound to Whittier and Quinn. And here we go. 35-11.
Oh, good look up the floor again.
Too tall, but Zuch is there for the rebound. No. Rush had it. Whistle. And Charnel Cannon gives the I don't like that call grimace as she was caught reaching in. And it'll be out of bounds to Johnnie Wilson. Sub at the scorer's table is number 30, Monique West, returning for Johnnie Wilson. She replaces Talisha Noble. Jessica Barnett will trigger. 3:04 to go, third quarter, 35-11. Rush brings it across. Whittier waiting. Whittier's pressure decided this early in the first quarter.
Oh, it sure did.
They haven't pressed since, but the outcome hasn't been enough. That's Tasia Rush. She's got 7 now, 35-13. Here's Cannon. Cannon brings it across quickly. Layup up, no. McCall has it.
And the jump ball. And the Whittier gals do a nice job of, as soon as they see that they've secured possession, they sprint to the other end of the floor, give themselves, again, stretching the defense, transition scoring opportunities.
Larry Carpenter sending 5 new players on the court for the last 3 minutes of this quarter. We'll try to identify. I see number 30, Kiana Howard. I see 10, Erica Rivera. 15, Stephanie Ramos. 23 is Tiara Shepard. And 3, Lindley Laurenti. Turnover and rush controls for the Lady Eagles, 35-13. Rush has it. Ammons in the lane, pivots. Better get out of there.
That's okay. That's all right.
Finally called for 3 seconds in the lane, and that'll be a turnover. Just didn't know where they were on the floor there. You know, Bob, I love these new gyms, and if I could make one criticism, I guess it's just because I'm spoiled, and very few gyms anymore do you see that the key's the same color as the rest of the court.
Right. Jay, you like that or you don't like it?
I don't like it because,
I don't either.
because I think
totally agree.
It doesn't tell the players where they are by
right,
looking down.
exactly.
Knocked out of bounds there by Ammons, and Whittier will get it back. And I think that's what happened right there, is they just didn't know where they were on the court. I like the key being in different
I
colors.
totally agree.
Lindley Laurenti, but talk about nitpicking. Rebound was McCall, turned it over, back up and in by
Again,
Shepard.
Using the glass well.
We're talking about the color of the floor, Bob. We're all like, we talk about how great the lighting is. We've got 6 glass backboards. We've got an electric winch that raises and lowers
the wrestling mat. Fantastic.
Everything is electric in here, the bleachers and the backboards. Tie up right there.
Well, and I like the fact that they're real wooden floors.
This is a wonderful facility. The people of Lorraine can be proud of it.
Exactly.
Jessica Barnett will inbound following the held ball. 37-13, Whittier in control. Ammons had it, lost it, knocked away. She saves.
Good hustle.
McCall beats Laurenti to it, back to Ammons, all the way to the hole, lays it up. No, back up by Rush. No, back up again. No. Barnett had it, lost it off the foot of Stephanie Ramos, and out of bounds to Johnnie Wilson. That's going to get 21 Miranda Foley back into the Johnnie Wilson lineup. Jessica Barnett. Whistle, and she traveled out of bounds. Bob, explain that call. What's that mean?
That was a spot situation, Jay, where once you receive the basketball, you can't take more than one step. And in a spot situation, obviously, if you take more than one, it's a traveling call.
Laurenti gets it back, as opposed to an after the basket situation.
Where you can run the baseline to inbound the ball.
And that was off red as Laurenti's pass went off the foot of Tiara Shepard. And Barnett will again inbound for the Lady Eagles. 37-13 as Tasia Rush brings it across. She penetrates. McCall. Laurenti goes to the floor and gets it out to Shepard. Shepard brings it ahead against Barnett, kicks it back, layup, no, that was Rivera, back up, no. By Ramos, whistle, foul. Jump ball called there. Laurenti was tied up with West. Whittier's going to control. Ramos is going to inbound the ball.
Good cut.
That was a good cut, and that was Erica Rivera. She's going to bring it back out top. Stephanie Ramos. Whittier's really looking to pass the cut.
They sure do. They make an entry pass, and then the person who, obviously from the top that makes the entry pass makes a strong cut to get it back to the basket. I mean, it's the oldest play
I was going to say,
basketball,
I would guess
but it's still one of the most effective.
If you picked up a book from 50 years ago when you started coaching,
it's right
Bob,
there.
It would be the give and go.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Whoops. Passed out and knocked away from Rush and out of bounds off Tasia Rush to the Whittier Warriors. 47 seconds to go, third quarter, 37-13. Lindley Laurenti into Tiara Shepard, and she brings it ahead. She gets it ahead, layup up and no by Rivera. Rebound by Barnett. Knocked away from West. Shepard controls to Laurenti. Laurenti's guarded by Monique West.
Look.
Shot up and in by Tiara Shepard. That might be the longest shot that Whittier's converted today, Bob.
Whittier just takes good shots, Jay. And I'll bet their shooting percentage here is probably upwards of 40% because they have a good shot selection.
Johnnie Wilson having some trouble controlling. Rush goes to the backcourt to get it. Whistle. And there's a timeout by Coach Bob Cunicella. We'll keep it right here, Bob. Talk to us.
Well, Kiana Howard's on the floor for Whittier right now, and Kiana, her favorite class is Work Family with Mrs. Freeman because she teaches us about how to make good choices in life. Her dad and her family are most influential. Serena Williams is her favorite athlete.
Quite an athlete.
Yes, I watched her last night in the Australian Open. To become a professional volleyball player is her goal, or basketball player. Loves drawing, volleyball, basketball, and cooking.
Hey, Bob, are you employed or retired from the Lorraine City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Don't get a 3-second call with low interest rates on your investments. Step up to the line and shoot your way to success at Lorraine School Employees Credit Union. They're going to fast break the competition so you can win the game of interest. Choose a certificate of deposit from 3 months to 36 months and watch your APY score and soar. You'll score a goal every time when you call Neil Summers at the School Employees Credit Union, 282-4600. Or stop by over there at 4459 Oberlin Avenue. They do a great job. I know that you've got millions salted away with them.
You did say one thing accurately. I will be retiring soon.
That's right.
Hopefully.
Jessica Barnett to Tasia Rush. Rush is going to penetrate to the basket. Stopped by Laurenti. Shot up, no.
3 seconds left in the quarter.
Laurenti controls, gets it out. Buzzer sounds as Tierra Shepard heads to the basket. We've played 3. 39 for the Whittier Lady Warriors, 13 for the Johnny Wilson Lady Eagles. We'll be back at Wilson with fourth quarter action right after this message. Back here at General Johnny Wilson, Jay Ferguson, Bob Braskich, Joe Bach, WLCS TV 20 coverage of 8th grade ladies basketball. This is Tiara Ammons of the Johnny Wilson Lady Eagles. Through Whittier and shot up, no. Ammons gets it back, wrestles for control, whistle,
all right,
counted, and foul.
Ammons just does a good job.
She's a competitor.
Oh, she sure is, and she looks to attack the basket.
Erica Rivera is going to get the foul. You know, I'm talking to Coach Cunicella. You know, Tiara's been in and out of the game. She rolled an ankle early on. She suffers from asthma, Bob, and so he's only able to play her in brief spells, and he's been running her in and out, doing a pretty good job controlling that. Free throws long. She runs it down, gets it back off the glass. No. Rush battles for it, but Whittier controls. This is number 12, Jalissa Serrano. Ammons takes it away. All the way to the hole, layup,
good job,
yes, and
wow.
foul.
Fouled with the body and still able to maintain control and score. Nice job by Ammons.
Foul is on Jalissa Serrano. Let's set these lineups. As we've said, Tiara Ammons is at the line, 10, Tasia Rush, and 30, Monique West for Johnny Wilson, along with 32, Talisha Noble, 22, Kiana Capers.
Jay, you mentioned Jalissa Serrano. Science again with Mrs. Baker, Jay, because she's so nice.
Ammons has got the rebound your own and put it back up, drill down, and she got the missed free throw and put it back in. 4-point trip for her, 39-19 as Whittier's called for traveling. Let's set that Whittier lineup, Bob. 10 is Erica Rivera, 12, Jalissa Serrano, 40 is Antoinette Wicks, 23, Tiara Shepard, and I'm missing number 31, Alexis Carrion. This is Talisha Noble. Knocked away and controlled by Erica Rivera, and then a little too tall for Jalissa Serrano, so Johnny Wilson's going to get it.
And
go ahead.
We can go back to Jalissa. Her family has been most influential. Michael Jordan, her favorite athlete, would like to be a pediatrician, a nurse, or a model. She loves sports and her family.
Instant offense. Tiara Ammons turned it over there. She made a move to the basket, got called for double dribble. 39-19 is the score. Lindley Laurenti's going to return to the Whittier lineup. Ammons has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 in the half, 12 for the game to lead everyone. This is Laurenti. She brings it up ahead against Noble. Down court for Wicks, lost out of bounds to the Lady Eagles. 5:02 to play, third quarter. Bob, we talked the press of Whittier decided this early.
Very early.
But I still see kids competing and
I do too.
Trying to get things done.
I do too, and having fun.
I see a little frustration on some of the Johnny Wilson players. Tiara Ammons just got called for carrying the basketball there. She was trying to make a move to the hoop. She's still competing.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
important. That's one of the things we look for.
Exactly. I see everybody else competing, and I don't see, I see good attitudes on the floor. I see girls having fun.
Lorente's shot, back rim, no. Rush had it tied up by Alexis Carrion, and it'll stay red. Jessica Barnett and number 11, Lindsay Ivan, return to the Johnnie Wilson lineup.
And I especially like the way the Ammons gal plays. She's very offensive-minded, but she's under control.
We've got 4:42 to play in this one. And this is Tiara Shepard to inbound, knocked back at her by Ammons. Trying to get it into Alexis Carrion on the block. Now we're going to reset, and Lindley Laurenti's going to trigger. Lindley gets it in and gets it back and has it blocked.
By Ammons.
Barnett controls Ivan ahead to Ammons. Ammons pulls it with her, stops in the lane, front rims it, knocked away and controlled by Laurenti. Here she comes all the way into the lane.
Ouch.
Collision. Somebody's not going to be happy.
I think that has to be a block, Jay.
And that's what they call it, Talisha Noble.
That was quite a collision.
Went to the ground there, tried to get position, just didn't get there in time. 39-19, Whittier leads. Laurenti will inbound, knocked away by Ammons, tied up by Carrion. Laurenti, shot up by Shepard, no. Jessica Barnett out for Ivan, ahead of the pack. Ivan controls into the lane, shot up. And
All right, I'm so glad to see Ivan score.
Lindsay Ivan has two. It's 39-21. Back come the Warriors with Serrano, out and knocked away by Tiara Ammons.
Well, Ammons is everywhere, and I'm so glad to see Lindsay Ivan score because she's really worked hard in this game and competed well.
She has. And Laurenti will inbound at half court. 4:06 to play, fourth quarter. That is Alexis Carrion, and she is tied up by Talisha Noble. And the thumbs go in the air from referee John Taggart. And the other official points to the other end of the court where Johnnie Wilson plays offense, and they'll get the ball.
Massive substitutions here,
Here
Jay,
comes
I believe.
5 new ones for the Lady Warriors. Let's see if we can get these. 14, Gabrielle Holland. 4, Charnel Cannon. 11, Jasmine Zuch. 33, Sanita Quinn. And 20, Tiara Whitfield. Coach Carpenter's been very consistent at subbing 5 at a time this whole half.
Again, player involvement, playing time, get kids hooked on the game.
Barnett's inbound pass for Ammons, run down. She takes it into the lane. Up, fouled. She's going to go back to the line, and that foul is going to be on Tiara Whitfield. Ammons been at the line an awful lot today, Bob. She's got 1, 2, 3, 9. She's already attempted 9 free throws.
But she's earned it. She takes the ball to the basket. She attacks the rim. You know, she's kind of fearless in doing so, and gets rewarded by taking it to the foul line. I mean, you know, 2 good things can happen when you take it to the basket. You either score or you get fouled.
This is shot number 10. A little strong, and she'll look to split the pair. 3:58 to go. She's the only player in the contest in double figures right now.
For either team, Jay?
For either team. Second shot off the glass, and no. And here comes Whitfield.
Good
Ahead
look
from
up the
Cannon.
floor.
Maybe a little too far. She tries to save it, but can't get it done, and will come back the other way.
But, you know, but the thought process is a good one, and I noticed that the Whittier gals can dribble and kind of look up the floor at the same time, which is quite a skill. And if they see somebody open, they make sure to distribute the basketball. They work on it.
Splits the defense and has it taken away by Whitfield. She comes back. She's very skilled, Bob. Tiara
Yes, she
Whitfield.
is. Nice
Ahead
pass.
for Holland, lost it. Lindsay Ivan picked it up. She's trapped, tied up, held ball, out of bounds to Whittier. Here come 5 new ones. Lindley Laurenti, Jalissa Serrano, Antoinette Wicks, 31 Alexis Carrion, and 23 Tiara Shepard for the Lady Warriors. Pass inbound to Wicks. Penetration into the lane, back out to Laurenti, knocked away by Ammons. Ammons is going to get called for a foul there, just a little too aggressive in the bump on Lindley Laurenti.
Well, if I'm the Johnny Wilson coach, I certainly don't mind that out of Ammons because I really like the way she competes.
20, Taj McCall returns for Johnny Wilson here, replacing Tasia Rush. Jalissa Serrano knocked away and stolen by Noble, and she's tied up, and Wicks controls it. It'll be white ball, but not before Erica Rivera comes back into the Whittier lineup. Jessica Barnett, Lindsay Ivan, and Talisha Noble in the backcourt for Wilson. Lindsay didn't come to that jump stop we talked about, Bob. She had a good idea in seeing Taj McCall up ahead, but you got to stop and execute. And that's just skill development.
Well, and you drill that, Jay. I mean, so many of these things that we talk about, you break down in practice in stations and in drill work.
Pass knocked away there by McCall out of bounds. Whittier will maintain possession. And here comes Stephanie Ramos.
Yo, Jay, thank you. And Stephanie, language arts with Miss Calloway is her favorite class because it's fun and she makes learning fun. Family, of course, is important. Another gal who would like to be a pediatrician, Alan Iverson, favorite player, loves hanging out with her family, enjoys basketball, volleyball, softball.
Tiara Shepard glassing in, lead back to 20 for Whittier. Tiara Ammons walks it across, 2:45 to go. Ammons just had a little trouble controlling that high dribble and turned it over. And we will come back the other way. Lindley Laurenti. Shepard.
CJ, I like that. It was a good cut to the middle. Saw she was having trouble getting the ball in bounds, and a strong cut to the middle of the floor. Good spacing here on offense. I am too.
I'm impressed with the way they pass and catch.
Oh, I am too. The way
Erica Rivera right there on the give and go.
Again.
Gets on the scorebook.
High off the glass. Good shot selection. Strong cut. Pass
She's
catch.
the 10th Whittier player to score in this one, Bob. 43-21, they lead.
Well done by Coach Carpenter.
Talisha Noble controls it. Tied up, taken away by Rivera. We come back. The kids have learned to play through that as there's an issue with the buzzer. Glass and no by Shepard. Back up by Laurenti. No, knocked out of bounds. Off Antoinette Wicks. Here comes some subs. Number 30, Monique West for Johnny Wilson. And Jalissa Serrano, number 12, back for Whittier.
And Jay, we have one more bio for the Whittier Ball Club. Yulitza Mantilla, science, Mrs. Baker. She's my favorite because she doesn't give out too much homework, just the right amount.
When I was in school, the right amount was none.
LeBron James is her favorite player. She would like to become a professional basketball player herself or some sort of a designer. Hobbies include sports, arts, designing, dancing, shopping.
Okay, ball knocked out of bounds. Ammons will inbound for Wilson. Taken away by Rivera, who gets it ahead, but controlled by McCall. Loose in the backcourt. I don't know which way this one's going to go. As the 15 is going to get the call, Stephanie Ramos. 3-0, we're going to shoot 1-1 with Monique West from Johnny Wilson. 43-21 is our score, Bob.
Right, with 1:35 left.
Monique West at the line will look to get into the scoring column for General Johnny Wilson. First shot up, no, back up.
Oh, good
and
stick
in,
back,
no.
almost.
Rebound by Laurenti. Comes to a 1-foot stop, turns it back over. That's McCall. McCall comes the other way. McCall, Lindsay Ivan. Whistle, foul, Lindley Laurenti. Her second, and we're going to go back to the foul line. And that's going to be Lindsay Ivan. She's going to go 1-1. Minute 15 to go. Lindsay Ivan at the line, 1-1.
Well, Jay, it's 43-21 with 1:15 left in the fourth quarter.
31, Alexis Carrion returns to the Whittier lineup. Lindsay Ivan at the line. Shot up, back brims, no. Rebound, Monique West back up. She's going to go to the line for a couple of throws. And that foul, 31, Alexis Carrion. 1:12 to go now. And
another
Monique
substitution for Whittier, Jay. Coach Carpenter keeps running him in and out.
This is going to be Kiana Howard. She's going to come back along with Miranda Foley for Johnnie Wilson. First shot up, short. And that ought to get some subs in.
You know, Jay, on both sides, both Whittier and General Johnnie Wilson, I see some long gals, some pretty good size.
That's exciting.
Both teams.
That's exciting to the high school coaches.
Okay, absolutely.
Monique West, second shot up. Round, no. Rebound, McCall tied up with Howard. Held ball goes to Whittier. 3 ones on the clock, Bob. 1:11 to go in this one. 43-21. Inbound to Rivera. She's going to bring it up. Baseline stops. Nice look through the defense. Glass and in.
Glass and in again.
Stephanie Ramos. 45-21. Ammons comes ahead for Wilson. Under a minute now. Tierra Ammons crosses over, has it taken away by Howard, and back comes Whittier.
Again,
pass ahead to
up the
Carry
floor,
on.
Jay.
Knocked away. She's shot up was no good by Stephanie Ramos, and here comes Tierra Ammons for Johnnie Wilson. Crosses over in the lane, no. Howard rebound. Serrano whistle, held ball, and will stay at the end to the right of us with Tierra Ammons and Johnnie Wilson. 27 seconds to go.
And Miss Ammons continues to compete.
Yes, she does.
In fact, everybody has, Jay. They really have.
Shot up, no by West. Ivan had it taken away.
Here comes a layup. Here comes a layup.
It's ahead to Stephanie Ramos.
Yep.
Glass, yes. They've
Whittier.
converted a lot of those.
They sure have.
47-21.
Super job, Whittier, looking up the floor.
This is West. Ammons lost it in the backcourt. Time for one last violation there, Bob.
Jay.
5 seconds to go, and Whittier will inbound. Oops.
You were right.
But not before the ball is officially handed. And there it is. And the clock runs as Erica Rivera dribbles it out, wings one basketward, and that's the end of this one. Whittier has been in control all the way. Final score, Whittier Lady Warriors 47. General Johnnie Wilson, Lady Eagles 21. Whittier moves to 10-5 on the season. We'll be back with scoring statistics and a final thought on this one, Bob, right after these messages.
The manatee is one of America's most endangered marine mammals. Living in the warm waters of our coast, rivers, and crystal clear springs, manatees face possible extinction from the loss of habitat or death from collisions with boats. We can make sure these gentle giants are here for generations by protecting areas where they feed, rest, and give birth. Help save something wild. Visit helpmanatees.org.
Our traditions of democracy, cultural diversity, and a free enterprise can be traced to the 1607 founding of Jamestown, Virginia, America's first permanent English settlement. Join me as we commemorate America's 400th anniversary, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to honor a journey that changed the world.
Back here at General Johnnie Wilson Middle School, Jay Ferguson, Bob Raskich, Joe Bach just witnessed an 8th grade girls basketball game that saw the Whittier Lady Warriors sprint out to an 18-0 first quarter lead. And that's the way it stayed for pretty much the whole game as they remained in control, cruised 47-21 in this one, Bob. But as we've said all along, there's so much more important here than the final score.
Exactly. Well, and Jay, what you're referring to is, the emphasis on fundamentals, teamwork, positive attitudes, and we saw that on both sides tonight. We really did.
Let me run down the final scoring statistics. First for Johnny Wilson. Lindsay Ivan had a basket for 2. Tasia Rush, 3 baskets, 1 of 4 from the line, 7 points. And the only other player to score was Tiara Ammons, who had 5 baskets and 2 from the line for a total of 12. That made their 21 points. On the other side of the ledger, it was a different story as a lot of ladies scored for the Whittier Lady Warriors. Charnel Cannon had 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 7. Erica Rivera, a basket for 2. Jasmine Zuch, 6 points on 3 baskets. Jalissa Serrano had a basket for 2. Gabrielle Holland had 2 baskets, 4 points. Stephanie Ramos had 6 on 3 baskets. Tiara Whitfield had 4 points. Kiana Howard had 2 points. Alexis Carrion had 4 points. And actually, high for the game for the Lady Warriors, Tiara Shepard with 8 points. All is said and done, they ended up with 47 quarters of 18-12, 9 and 8. This one, from a competitive standpoint, was over early, Bob, but the girls played 24 minutes. They competed from beginning to end, and that's one of the things that the high school coaches who were here like to see.
And Jay, if I could just repeat again, I don't think anywhere else in the state of Ohio 8th grade girls basketball is smack dab in the middle of the dial as it is on Channel 20. And I would just like to mention Joe Bach and Athletic Director Brian Curry for enabling this to happen. It's really a great thing for the young kids of Lorraine.
Very much so. Bob, we've done a lot of games here in the last few days, and that's just a good thing for all the kids in Lorraine when we can, we have a lot of fun doing these, and I know that a lot of kids have come up, hey, aren't you the TV guy?
Oh, absolutely.
They enjoy watching them, and
right.
we enjoy doing them, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
And we'd like to mention Ron, too.
Ron sounds like he's on the mend, and Joe, he's going to do wrestling on Thursday at Southview, I believe, for his first time back. So welcome back, Ron Bacalar, to the WLCS TV 20 microphone. That's it from here, though, Bob. For producer-director Joe Bach, for Bob Braskich, I'm Jay Ferguson. Have a good night, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorraine City Schools TV 20 WLCS.